do what I do.
My grandfather was born in 1895. So in the height of this white backlash, I can tell you a person that I met was there. So when we start talking about slavery was 400 years ago, no, it wasn't. It was a person within my lifetime that I knew who had to deal with that. And so for you all to say, just get over it, how can we get over it? Where would we be as foundational Black Americans if our land had not been stolen and confiscated by angry white people who were jealous of our success? Where would we be? And there's been no case. Remember the case law at the time, the Supreme Court says nothing we can do about it. This is a state issue. The Supreme Court of the United States, the ultimate arbiter of justice in our country at the time, said there's nothing we can do about it. And they basically turned a blind eye to these injustices, property being stolen, people being unalived. And I'm not talking about a few people. I'm talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of people being unalived. Look at the number of lynchings. 4,000, 5,000, almost 5,000 lynchings occurred between this time period. And these weren't people who committed crimes. These were business competitors. These were landowners. These were store owners. These were fathers. These were mothers. These were people who had done well for themselves. And this white backlash came. And because of the jealousy, they did what? They just destroyed all of this, and we had to leave. We had to leave land in which we had for generations. So where will we be? My own great-great-great-great-grandfather, G.W. Jones Jr., he had to leave Mississippi because he was doing such a good job as an attorney. In one particular instance, he had basically represented a black man in a case against a white man and found that the white man was wrong and the black man was right. It was a civil case. He got a letter from the KKK sent to his doorstep telling them if he didn't get out of town, they would unalive him. Now, he's a different kind of cat. He took an article out in the local paper down there in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and said, I paid off my taxes. I don't owe anybody any debts. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not going anywhere. Now, that lasted for some time, but eventually he had to leave because out of fear for his family and his own safety. And he moved to Kansas, Nicodemus, Kansas, where he helped found a free town. This is my own personal history. So this is my grandmother's grandfather. This is our grandmother's great-grandfather. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, this is real to us. Where would I be had my great-great-great-granddaddy been allowed to maintain? He died a very wealthy man, but how much more wealthier would he have been had he not been forced to leave Mississippi, where he was run out of town because white people were jealous of him? This is really what happens. This is documented. This is my own personal line. And this story repeats itself 100,000 times over the South. And this is what we had to deal with in Reconstruction. Now, let's move forward, because this is not the only tantrum that white people threw out of jealousy. Remember, black people were doing well, we were dressing well, we look good. Look at some of these videos. We dressed well, look good. Look at some of the old school videos. We look like we were taking care of ourselves. And that made these folks jealous. It's the same thing with these immigrants and what's going on right now. Now, here's another thing you have to understand. It's always financial. It's never just because you're uppity or you're out of line. No, it's because you're doing well. Because you look like you got money. You got poor whites who've been brainwashed to believe that they're supposed to be better than blacks no matter what. But when they got to look up to you to talk down, that hurts their neck. You become a pain in the neck and they want to get rid of you. Okay? Now, so after Reconstruction, black folks moved north. A lot of black people stayed south. The majority of black people stayed south. But something happened. It was between 1914, I believe 1914, and 1918 is when the First World War took place. All right. So now we are about 20-something years out of, towards after the, 30 years out of, as to the end of Reconstruction. You know, we've already had to deal with that tantrum by white people, and now the brothers have been drafted or enlisted in the military, and they're going overseas. So now they're in France. They see that there's a different way of living. They see that it does not always have to be racial segregation. So this is some of these brothers' first time ever leaving the country, much less going to Europe. And they see the respect they're being given by these Europeans. And so now they fought in wars. They've been commended for their bravery. They feel like men. They feel good. And so when they came back to the United States in 1918, in 1918 at the end of the war, shout out to everybody who contributed to the super chat. I'm out here in the backyard, so I'm not able to see everything. But look, thank you guys so much. Thank you for contributing to the super chat. Thank you for everybody contributing to the Cash App. I want to make sure I acknowledge you guys. I will definitely get you, but I want to get back to this because it's important. This is a very important time period for black people. And if you don't contribute, that's fine too, baby. If you learn something, I should earn something. If you can't pay, that's okay today. You understand me? But the bottom line is, family, the brothers came back feeling good about themselves, and white people had to suppress that. These men had just been overseas fighting and dying and just living life. And so when they came back, they weren't willing to take what they were willing to take before. These men have become men overseas, men of valor. They were warriors now. And, again, no matter what happened, we still did well. We were working hard again. Even after Reconstruction and they tore our stuff down, we worked hard. We built ourselves up. So when the brothers came back, man, by the following summer, which they call Red Summer, somebody typed Red Summer in the chat room. This happened around 1919. And it was building up to that. You literally had white mobs roving around the United States, burning, destroying, raping men, women, and children, burning houses, confiscating land. You back to the same thing you had to deal with during Reconstruction and post-Reconstruction. Black people built it up. White people came and tore it down. Take a look at this video. It's tragic, but it is what it is. And it mirrors what's going on right now. You guys, hang in there. We'll be right back. Take a look at this video. Now we're at Red Summer 1919.
How did Southern whites end up reestablishing racial hierarchy after the end of the Civil War? After the Civil War, the American South went through a period known as Reconstruction. For 11 years, Northern troops occupied the South to maintain order and to help rebuild. They were also in place to help protect the rights of formerly enslaved people who had been freed. This all changed when the winner of the presidential race between Republican Rutherford B. Hayes and Democrat Samuel Tilden became hotly disputed. Congress drew a compromise in 1877 when the Southern Democrats agreed to accept Hayes as president, and Republicans agreed to pull all remaining federal troops out of the South. After the Civil War, black men were starting to run for and win political offices all over the South. A handful of black men even gained seats in Congress. White Southern Democrats wanted to restore the order that they had enjoyed before the Civil War and to fully reestablish white supremacy. Republicans hoped that the South would continue to uphold the rights of formerly enslaved people. Rutherford B. Hayes said, "I am confident that this is a good work. Time will tell." Unfortunately, that compromise had repercussions for black Americans that are still being felt today.
In the mid-1800s, during Reconstruction, Forsyth was a mixed county where black people made considerable strides. By 1910, 10% of the population was black, with black families owning 200 to 300 acres of property individually. 2 years later, in the midst of the Jim Crow era, an anti-black campaign led 2 neighboring counties to expel its black populations, inspiring Forsyth to do the same. The catalyst was the alleged rape and murder of a white woman by 3 black men in the town of Cumming. After the lynching and hangings, white mobs terrorized Forsyth's black residents.
A black man would open his front door in the morning and he would see a bundle of sticks tied with string just laying on his front doorstep. And that was all it took. Because that was saying, next time it'll be dynamite. There were 48 families who were documented landowners in Forsyth County at that time, black documented landowners at that time.
In a matter of days, 1,100 black people were displaced, eclipsing any wealth and progress they'd made during Reconstruction.
They had to leave Forsyth County, regardless of what you had, what you owned, you had to leave.
Elon Osby is a descendant of one of those families. Her grandfather owned somewhere between 60 and 80 acres of land in Forsyth.
I have a home here that's on an acre of land almost, and you're really proud of that, and to think that my grandfather had 80-something acres. It's staggering. It hurts. It's sad. And I can't imagine what my grandfather must have been feeling. Land was more important than money in the bank. And I'm sure that he was very proud of himself as a Negro man, to have property like that. See that hatred firsthand and to know that this is still happening, that these people still feel this way, it was just very scary to me. And still, it just pounded it home even more. You don't go there.
What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. D's Black Man Talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Lizard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shootin', give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.